privilege to serve you. Julius in Los Angeles, you're on KGO.
Hey, Gene, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Hey, I think, I don't know, man. I think Joe really whooped on you talking about, our economy and how bad it is, how bad our economic system is. But I called to say that I think you're incredibly naive about how incredibly corrupt our legal system is, man. I mean, it's Kafka. It's a joke. America's a joke. The government.
America's a joke?
America's a joke.
Why do you live here?
It doesn't exist any longer.
Well, why do you live here?
It's just a fantasy for children.
Well, why do you live here?
I have no choice. I'm a prisoner. If I could leave...
Well, you're not a wait, you're not a prisoner. Why can't you leave?
Well, we're all not rich like you, Gene.
It's not a matter of being rich. It doesn't take a lot of money to get across the border south to Mexico or make your way up to Canada or get a job on a freighter and go to Japan.
Gene, this is not a joke. The government is deliberately denying justice to the people. They violated the constitutional contract with the people. So the government no longer has legal authority. America no longer exists. Now, you might think I'm exaggerating, right, about how bad it is.
And that's the kindest thing I could say about what you're doing. I mean, so I take it you find nothing right with the United States or its present system of government at all.
There are some good things about America, surely, but it has gone so bad. It is rotten to the core. I mean, it breaks my heart to say that, right? I couldn't wait to join the military and serve my country, right? Mm-hmm. And nobody served America more courageously than I did, right? And nobody stood prouder than I did for the American flag, right?
Yeah, right.
And I heard stories, Gene, about how bad it was, but of course, I didn't want to believe them, right?
Right.
Because who wants to believe something like that until I had to live it myself, Gene, see it with my own eyes, then I could no longer deny the truth. America is dead. Thank you, Gene.
Okay, well, thank you. I trust you'll leave soon because you're a drain on our psyche we could do without. I don't even understand. I don't even know how to deal with a caller like you. You see, for starters, you got to be a hypocrite. Because you're telling me America's dead and worthless, and yet you continue to live here. And then when I ask you why you bother to stay here, you give me some mealy-mouthed excuse about the fact that you haven't got the gumption to make it across the southern border, which is not that much further south of you. So, pardon me if I just don't take a call like yours seriously. I don't know what your problem is, but I hope fairly soon you're able to get it fixed. As far as your conclusion about America, you couldn't be more wrong if you worked harder at it. This is KGO, San Francisco.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Bye. Julius from Los Angeles, welcome to KGO.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I can't believe how I'm suffering for God right now. I'm putting off going to Subway so I can talk to you. But, hey, I'm more than willing to die for God. I have no fear of death, absolutely none, man. I mean, Jesus was a great man, but he didn't have any more courage than I have for God. Not anymore. But anyway,
isn't it funny how we think that people like martyrs in general, people who really stand up for what they believe, no matter if they're religious or political, it doesn't matter, that somehow we think that they're super...
How you can really be one without the other.
Well, that's not my point. My point is we somehow attribute to them some sort of special quality that all of us have.
We all have the potential for it.
Yeah.
We have to develop it, though. But anyway, I'm curious. I'm not sure I'm understanding what you're saying. Are you saying that religions create Holocaust?
No. I'm not saying anything about religion. I'm saying that this Holocaust existed in the city that we've been talking about all morning. Religion played a role, but a small role. It was about an ethnic cleansing. And we've turned it into a religious issue. We've turned it into an Islamic versus Christian issue. But it wasn't only that. It was about territory.
Clearly it happened because of insanity, right? In my opinion. And you can't look for logic in insanity because insanity has nothing to do with logic. You know what cracks me up? I think about all these wars they had back, thousands of years ago, right, where they would fight for land, right? But there was more land than anybody could possibly ever use, right? And then they were fighting for land. That was just pure insanity, and you can't look for logic in insanity.
No, you can't.
Thanks.
I appreciate the call. No, and we will talk about this this morning on the show, how land does play an important role and how small an area is what they're fighting over.